Hello, welcome. This is my first attempt to make an English-speaking channel. I've been vlogging in Danish for a few months now. Really, it's just been about whatever goes on in my everyday life. I feel like maybe Denmark is too small for my ego. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna start doing things about camera stuff that I love. Or computers that I love. Not a tech channel, but more around the feelings evolving around the things. The reason why I'm sounding a bit strange is because I'm chewing nicotine chewing gum all the time. I've quit smoking a couple of years ago, but I have never ever quit these bastards. So this is the first test. I'm just gonna see how it works out. Today I want to express and I'll just straight up tell you that my good feelings about this lens. This is a Sigma 18 to 35 1.8 aperture lens, and it's my go-to. It's probably one of the best lenses I've ever had. It has like a shallow depth of field. It has like super sharp, and I just love the focal length. I can go really wide, and I can go narrow enough if I move in and I start zooming with my feet, as they say. Most of the time, actually, I'm one of the guys who really wants to get like fucking close with my lens, and it's really good at that because it has like kind of a it doesn't have a macro feel to it, but it has like this kind of go really close, have like a few centimeters. I have no idea what an inch is. I'm from Denmark. I'm living here in Copenhagen. It can do all these what we love. Like it does the really narrow focus thing. And I guess that has something to do with it being only 1.8, which is very not normal for a zoom, which is normally like 2.8 in the aperture, right? So yeah, that's not much. This lens just makes me happy. It makes me enjoy life more. It makes me enjoy shooting more. Currently, I'm shooting on a Canon C300 Mark II, and it just these two combined just makes like ecstasy pictures, like things that you want to like tear your head off and start playing football with it, or soccer as it is here in Denmark. It just make. I love them. This is a perfect combination for me. And I know that Sigma hasn't had the best, what do you call it, like, they're not like Canon, or they're not Leica, they're kind of a underdog brand, right? But I think they really stepped up with these ones. I know there's a ton of reviews. I've seen tons of them. It's always like really technical, and what's the chromatic, and if you zoom in and on chart and so on. And I don't feel that's. I love to see them because it makes me picking out my equipment a lot easier. Because when I've seen like 5 different YouTubing persons or people who does like YouTubers, they could be called, then I'm fairly sure that the product that I'm attending to buy is the right one for me, because I kind of know different YouTubers by now that I trust with what they're selling. They're not trying to sell me something. They might get some revenue off some affiliate links, but they'll say what they mean. And this is a really well reviewed lens. So my thought on it is that it's also a lens to fall in love with. It's a lens that makes you happy. It makes you, I don't know. And it's also, it's metalish. And it has the super smooth focusing and zoom ring. Feels good. And for once, like a company has not tried to put all sorts of different colors and rings and shit on it. They just made it black. A black, cool lens with a few white markings of numbers and so on. It had to put like a silver A right there, but that's, I've only just seen that now. A downside to this lens though, that kind of makes me, this lens would have been perfect if it had what do you call it, like stabilization on it. Stabilization. Then it would have been a perfect lens, but it just needs to be mounted on a tripod or a stabilizer or something like that. Here's a few. I've recently done a music video for a Danish band called C. I'll show here. I'll show you some clips, some videos, some samples of what this can do on a C300 Mark II on a Ronin gimbal in the middle of the woods in Sweden, where there's this car cemetery, you would call it probably, with old, I don't know, like 50s, 60s cars. I've just been thrown there and sat in the forest forever and like become one with the forest. It's a strange, odd, kind of a disgusting place in a very, very beautiful way. Check out the samples This was my first attempt on doing anything in English, because then I can share my videos with the world, and I think this whole YouTube platform is where things are gonna be happening in the future. Pardon me for my English is not so very good. I think it's fairly good, but it's also a bit strange talking into a camera, explaining feelings towards a lens. I'm also a people person. Enjoy. I hope to see you soon. I'll be doing tons of stuff. I have this one, I have another Sigma lens, I have a Carl Zeiss lens, I have the C300, I have some lights like aperture, and so on, and I'll just review the shit out of those. I know it's been reviewed a ton of times. Hopefully the nicotine will give me the advantage. If I have to give this kind of a scale, a character, what do you call it, like a grade, what do you say? Looks like from like 1 to 6 stars. I'd give this probably 7, because it's a fucking 7-star lens compared to the price. It's a couple $800, something like that. It's 5,000 Danish kroner. As you all know, the currency is, I don't know, like $1 is like 5 or 6 kroner. With my calculation, that amounts to, I don't know. It amounts to around $800, $900, right? Maybe 1,000? I don't know. A pretty cheap lens, good quality, makes excellent pictures. You do not go wrong. If you have the chance to buy this, just fucking buy it. There's no way around it. I love it. It makes me feel happy. I can't, I only showed you the start of the C video. It's a whole music video with a lot of guitar, and they're really, really cool guys. They play the Satan out of hell, if that's a saying. It's not. But I could only show you like the intro because it's their music and I don't have the copyright for it, so you have to do that. Thanks for watching and hope to see you soon again. I am Kenny, young Kenneth, from Democracy, and please give it a like, comment below. If you feel that you need to tell me something that I don't know. I know almost nothing, so you can most definitely tell me something I don't know already. This was my first attempt to do in like English language speaking. The English language speaking. A love story of and a lens. A man and his lens. This is Sophia in the background. That's my wife. We're not married, but we have 3 kids. Living in sin. Living in sin. Goodbye from Copenhagen. Tung fred. The heavy sign, the peace sign, heavy peace. Or as we say in Danish, tung fred. Over and out.